Hey guys, what's up? I'm going to be rehearsing a spoken word poem called A Good Day. You used to say on a day, I only break his heart once, and that was before you learned how to lie. Back when you used to try to tell the truth because you and him never had the kind of relationship that allowed for secrets. But now, somehow, a lie fits better. Fits like a letter slipped through the slot of a locker because the doctor told you if there was anything more they could do, they would do it. But he's not coming back. And in the moment you knew it, you learned how to lie because there are times when you cost the truth. When the cost of the truth is so high, we indebt our hearts to heartbreak. We make love into currency that can't be cashed in because there's never been a bank that will give out a loan based on the collateral of hope. They'll lend anyone just enough rope to hang their family's future on a dream, then scheme somehow, some way to foreclose. So you learn how to lie, because it's not his fault that he can't remember that your mother, his wife, had a life that ended 2 years ago. So you forged a passport into his heart, trespassing into his past under the name of the last one to live there, because the healthcare can't cover misplaced memories or of families whose secrets spill out like jewels through oversized holes and pants pockets that someone in the family has to wear. And you tell me every stitch is as valuable as every tear, but pull a single string and the whole thing will unravel. So you travel across borders under an assumed identity, where the broken branch of a family tree is built into a confessional, and you listen to an apology meant for your mother. Something about another woman the night before a flight back home, and you forgive him because that's what Mom would do. You know because he says thank you, which means Mom already did. Hid the secret away like one of those stray cats you used to keep hidden in your room, hoping that no one would ever know, hoping no one would ever find it. And you tell me I didn't mean to grow up, it was an accident. And I know you never meant to be 42 years old, having to go through this, having to miss him at the same time you're with him, having him gone at the same time he's there, having to stare at the first word you ever said, not being able to say it because you can't remember despite your best efforts how or when the word daddy became dad, how 2 extra letters had all of that safety, all of that weightlessness, all of that love. We both know this because you used to be my babysitter. When my nightmares would shake me awake, you'd make and take the time to tell me Daddy's going to be home soon. Because to us, that word meant bravery, security, or dear Mr. Boogeyman, you better not be under my bed or in my closet because my daddy is going to deposit his foot so far up your ass the interest and loan will be enough that he can retire early. We grew up in confessionals, and we were taught that a lie under any circumstance was wrong. But how can you sacrifice the faith that belonged to anything else less than virtue it takes to break one's heart to ease another's descent into madness? How can anyone dismiss love if it wasn't the only reason to risk everything, knowing full well you can't bring them back? That there are no footprints on the trails to bring them back to where they once were. Despite your own husband, you wear your mother's wedding ring because it was something he asked about when he saw you without it. That was a bad day, when you saw the way he couldn't understand how your hand held someone else's promise of forever, and that you will remember it's her, and the only time you're ever sure if he still loves you is when he asks, how is our baby? And it may very well break your own heart too many times to even count to say sweetly back, she's okay. Alright guys, that is my poem. I hope you enjoyed.